I did talk with the jury foreman in the dee-warner murder trial this afternoon. It's funny because several of us in the media thought that since he was a football coach, he might make a good foreman just to kind of wrangle all the jurors together and get them to the finish line. And sure enough, he was the one who had the manila envelope yesterday and announced himself as the foreman. So we talked on the phone today and we had a great conversation. He seems like a really good person. He absolutely said that everyone got along and respected each other. They had different thoughts and ideas and questions, but they all worked together. And everybody wanted to make sure that, or at least he said that he wanted to make sure that everything was done by the Constitution. So when it comes to a juror, he seems like someone that everybody would want on the jury. He said that initially, so they elected him foreman on Thursday, and then they took an initial poll, and it was 8-4, guilty, not guilty. But he said it wasn't like a steadfast, we're not changing our mind, not guilty. It was more that 4 people felt that they had questions that needed to be answered so that they felt comfortable and that it erased all doubt. So he said that they really spent a lot of time going through the timeline, the prosecutor's timeline, through those surveillance videos, trying to match up where Dale was, what he was doing. He said that, and I want to ask him more about this because we're going to talk tomorrow, but he said that Mary Chartier bringing up that freshly plowed field, they really had some concerns about that, especially he did in her closing arguments. So he took a closer look at that and felt that it was a different piece of farm equipment. They said that silo camera was really hard to get anything out of, but they did not see that there was a tank in that JCB at any point. So once they all got on the same page, though, with murder, then it becomes what we knew, and that is it first degree or second degree? They felt that since the coroner couldn't say for certain whether dee-warner was killed by strangulation or blunt force trauma, or which one happened first, that it was hard to say that, strangling someone for several minutes would be premeditated, because they don't know if that's the order that it happened. And then he also felt that, this particular conversation, he said that Dale seemed to not know that his young daughter was not going to be home that night. So if it was planned, that wouldn't really totally make sense, or at least there was reasonable doubt about that. And then he just felt that, Dale snapped, and that something must have happened in that conversation that was unlike the other conversations where Dee asked for divorce. And he just felt like they all felt like it was a crime of passion and that he snapped. So that's how they arrived to that. I think he said that they all really appreciated both the prosecution and the defense and thought that they did a great job. So we're supposed to be getting together tomorrow, and we'll see, what else we talk about. But I offered him the chance to cover his face and disguise his voice, and he said, I want to stand on anything that I say, so I wouldn't take you up on that. So I thought that was really remarkable and unusual. So that's where it stands. My plan is to interview him tomorrow and then turn something for the news. And of course, I'll do another little video for you. But I hope that if you disagree with what I'm telling you in this video, that's your opinion. But I really hope that you wouldn't make someone talking about their decision-making into an issue, because it sounds like this was very well thought out. They crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's. They wanted to follow the law, the letter of the law, and this is how they came to their decision. So hopefully, that can be respected in this Facebook group.